Hi, I'm Arjan Visser, a human-centered futurist, a friend and sparring partner for entrepreneurs and diplomats who dare to pioneer, those who shape the direction for the human-centered creative age. In this episode, I was interviewed and didn't know the questions up front, so you will hear my raw and unscripted reflections. Today, we explore how moving beyond comfort zones towards pioneering new paths can lead to profound personal and business revival. Let's dive in. The word revival in a business and in a personal context, they actually mean the same thing. I connect the word revival to the word life, which has to do as well with using your senses. Can you discern what's life giving and what's life taking? Can you discern that for yourself, for your business, the environment, for other people? Because at the end of the day, we can choose between good and evil or between what's life-giving and what's life-taking. And what's life-giving, we tend to use the word growth in a business setting, is essential for a business. Not only to survive, but also to keep their people motivated, keep yourself motivated. So the most natural thing of life is growth. So with the word revival, you could play, of course, with the first letters re. It's bringing back life into the environment that you as a leader have the authority to lead. And like I mentioned earlier, with the creative age, this cannot be separated from personal revival, cannot be separated from business revival. Yeah, that's a good question. What happens when people feel stuck and they can't express it? That feels paralyzing. Let's be real. That feels paralyzing. You're stuck and you can't put it to words. But I want to turn that around. What you can't put into words is what you can't recall as a memory. The amount of language we have in our head is connected to the memories we understood. So sensing who we are becoming is connected to that we still have no words to express it. And that's the journey. That is the beauty of the journey. So I don't see it as a problem, but I understand that in many scenarios, it's just misunderstood. It's not a skill issue. And there's nothing wrong with you. It's an invitation. Actually, you're not stuck. You are stuck when the problem definition becomes leading. Because that boxes you in an mental environment where there is no way out. And as in problem solving, by redefining the problem into a challenge, our creativity is unstuck. The same goes with our personal growth. So not having words to express what we sense can be confused by feeling stuck. You're sensing an invitation to grow, to develop language, to be able to express who you are becoming. And now we are in the language development area, where actually language is not recalling past experience, but language is speaking the future into being. And that is for our future identity as the core of the creative age, the core of our authentic leadership. That is the power tool. So at the start, it feels really rusty to put words to what we sense, but we just have to push through. And I'm really honest. It sounds way easier than it is. It is really hard work. It's about climbing a mountain. It is about getting above the oxygen level. And I'm not want to discourage you, but if you want to find language for who you are becoming and the environment that you will have effect on and that you will create, you just have to hang on. Go the whole journey. Find travel companions to come with you, that keep you on walking, that give you a shoulder, that carry your luggage, metaphorically, but also remember you that what you are about to become, where you're about to go. You need those people around you. It's not a solo journey. You need peers that go the same direction, all responsible for their own identity, their own purpose, their own effect, their own impact. But you need them. And external processing of what you sense is a skill that you have to learn. Because seeing is believing, and faith comes by hearing. And that's not just old language. That's how your senses work. So seeing it with the eyes of your heart, using your imagination to shape on the inside what you are sensing, and then trying to put it to words are the first step to find that language. And when you start to believe it yourself, then there is the opportunity for others to believe you too. And when you start to believe it yourself, your mindset shifts, your behavior shifts, your actions will be different, your results will be different, and you will create it. And I'm not saying fake it till you make it. I'm not saying whatever you can imagine can be the reality. No, it's authentically who you are. It's the unfolding of your identity. It is your blueprint. So it is the self-awareness, the soul awareness of who you are meant to be. So it's the full package of personal development and stepping into the next level of your maturity, the next level of your leadership. And it all started with feeling stuck, shifting that to the perspective, I'm sensing an invitation to step up into more of who I am. What's the most painful truth about entrepreneurship that most people avoid? I don't like the sound of that question. I would say the most painful thing that people would miss out if they don't explore their entrepreneurial side is that the expression of their identity through their creativity adds value to other people. So you don't want to miss out on that. And the people around you don't want to miss out on that. It gives fulfillment of who you are when you see that it is beneficial for other people. And don't confuse that with that other people like you. That's not what I talk about. No, I talk about that your influence, your impact brings lasting change. A lasting change that gives you fulfillment about your desires, your identity, your blueprint. I think that's the greatest feeling of all. And I'm not there, because that's what part of a fulfilled life, that you think, that you feel, that you sense, that you know that whatever life could give you, you stepped fully into it and you were able to bless others with it and you liked it. I think that is rephrasing the question, what's the painful truth about entrepreneurship? It's the satisfaction is the gratefulness that could be missed out. So, what was the moment in my journey that I discovered that there is a better way? That is a question that really fits the previous management age. I don't actually, the wake up was there is no better way. But there is one right way, the authentic way. And what woke me up is actually a paradigm shift. And the paradigm shift is like a diamond with many facets. But my and so I could just try to explain them all. But one of the most important things is that I have self-control over the lenses that I put in front of my mental eye when I experience an unexpected setting. I could fall back to my lowest maturity level, survival mode, and react to it that life is happening to me. And to be honest, that is always happening. And then it's up to me to shift the lens immediately. Shift it to life is happening for me. Or even further, what if life is happening as me? So refusing to have an overwhelming situation that I submit to, by rephrasing it and forcing myself to stay loyal to who I am becoming, my paradigm, my strategies. Don't fall into the trap to adapt, but pivot, adjust, with keeping your vision, your strategy still out there as your North Star. And it started with, and I think this is the most tangible, recognizable element of it, by just questioning any setting, any expression, any feeling. What if I got it wrong? What if I am not the victim? But what if this is happening for me? What good will come out of it? What if life is happening as me? Who can I help from this point? And even if I couldn't see it, trying not to let that perspective go, find peers, your spouse, your partner, and keep saying that to each other, to yourself. What if life is happening for me? And that is the power. This is a power tool to not find a better way, because it's not about efficiency. It's not about production, performance, achievement. It's about purpose, fulfillment, and being a blessing for someone else, all based on being your authentic self, your full version of your identity, because that's where the biggest gift is for someone else. What's my take on a work-life balance? I think a work-life balance is something that fits a certain maturity level. And it's not the maturity level that I want to fall back to. And I'll explain a little bit what I mean with that. When you are a teenager going to school, going to study, it feels like life is just one thing. And then you got your first job, and now is there an external world outside your life? And then at work, the demand from you is really strong, that you perform more, then that keeps you in balance. So we try to compensate our work life with life. Well, life is life. That segmentation is not going to help us. You cannot balance something when you are under the scarcity of time and energy and those kind of things. So you will compromise both. So the myth that I mentioned earlier, that business can be impersonal, I think is the root cause for this whole work-life balance. Because if business is personal, your workspace is your personal development growth area, and not just where you deliver based on, you don't deliver just being productive. You grow, you learn all day long. So work-life balance, I think it's a segmentation that is experienced in a certain stage of maturity. But the moment you get to the next level, and it's not just where do I belong, and put my life aside and perform a bit harder on work and then compensate it with life on the side. No, when you go to the next level, when your heart, your passion is there and you want to contribute more of what you carry and who you are, you will find out that there is a synergy going to happen between home, work, and society. And that synergy is the invitation to go to the next level, to find convergence. And it is all about life. It's breathing in, breathing out. From when you're born to a fulfilled life with a fulfilled purpose and a fulfilled identity. So work-life balance is experienced in a small time frame in your maturity development as a human being. But staying there, you're missing out. You're missing out life. Thank you for staying with me to the end. I believe it gave you something to think about, something to act on, and I would love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Next week, I will go deeper into how to go from that comfort zone to the call to pioneer with one of my peers. Can't wait? And you're ready to explore the future with us now? You can join the Alt Forum at alt.businessrevivalist.com. This is an exclusive peer dialogue for visionary leaders to step into the future together. And to make it easy, you can experience it first and decide later. See you next week.